We're back again with John DiLeo. He's going to tell us today about Geraldine Page's performance in The Pope of Greenwich Village.
Yes, Geraldine Page in The Pope of Greenwich Village. She's one of the performances highlighted in my book. There Are No Small Parts: 100 Outstanding Film Performances with Screen Time of 10 Minutes or Less. And Geraldine Page is in The Pope of Greenwich Village for 7 minutes with two major scenes. And she is one of 11 of the 100 performances in the book that actually got an Oscar nomination for the role, small as it is. As I said, 7 minutes. And she was, of course, a very famous actress in 1984. She'd been a Broadway star, a film star, several Oscar nominations. This was her seventh nomination. She was basically known in movies in terms of her being a star would be as a major interpreter of the works of Tennessee Williams. She got Best Actress Oscar nominations for Summer and Smoke in 61 and Sweet Bird of Youth in 62, two roles she had played on the New York stage. And so she was a great serious actress and never what you would call a movie star, but she was great in films. And luckily, there's a lot of her that has been left behind in roles of all sizes. And this is a great sort of show-stopping part. And one of the great things about Geraldine Page in general, I'd say, is she could do things with really broad strokes. Now, you could accuse her of chewing the scenery in The Pope of Greenwich Village, but it always works when she does it because she always fills in those broad strokes with wonderful, subtle details, really fascinating grace notes. And so she makes these people three-dimensional, no matter the size of the role. And there's a scene where she's dealing with some cops in response to the death of her son, who was a crooked cop. And she's drinking and smoking while she has a rosary wrapped around her hand. And it's that kind of thing that is so telling. She plays a really cynical, bitter, resentful woman who was a scrub woman for rich people for like 30 years. And she doesn't have a she kind of lives to smoke and drink and bet on the races. And when her husband dies, I said husband, when her son is killed in an accident, she is pissed. That's really all she had in her life. And so she's got this great scene with these two cops who want to know what tapes he has, that things he recorded in his crooked dealings that may incriminate others. And she's hard as a rock and talks about her son getting his sense of being made of iron from her, not his father. And so it's just she would actually win the Oscar the next year for her great lead performance in The Trip to Bountiful, which she deserved. It took her 8 times, but she kind of won it for the right movie. But this was just the year before, like I said, just playing a 7-minute role and knocking people's socks off. But I guess sometimes those parts just aren't big enough to win the award because there's somebody else who did something a little more with the more substantial screen time.
Lots of times you say something profound and I think you don't even know it. Like what I got from this is that it's almost you deserve the Oscar more for a short period of time because you can give the character 3 dimensions
Yeah.
with all that subtlety in a time when it might take a whole film to get you to know that character. Otherwise, if she wasn't such a good actress.
Well, in the case of The Pope of Greenwich Village, her two scenes are really on the periphery of the main plot, way off. And once she has the second scene, I always feel like I want to follow her. And I don't really care if I get back to what's going on with Mickey Rourke and Eric Roberts because she's the one who drew me in.
Yeah, that's interesting because lots of times we talk about somebody who had a pivotal scene with a small part. This is peripheral.
She's not really pivotal to the plot. She's just pivotal to the juice and the drama.
We're glad she's in there.
Very much so.
Thanks again, John. That sounds good. I'm going to watch again for her. I have seen that one before, but I'm going to watch again specifically for her role and zero in on to appreciate it the way you appreciate it. That's why I love speaking with you.
Love to hear it.